off and do kind of like a first look at Lost Ark, which is a really cool game. But anyways, made a few characters, but I'm going to go ahead and play a character. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the secondary class option. And then I'm going to go ahead and play some of the other characters just so you guys can kind of get more of an idea of the other classes in the game. So we're going to be playing as the Gunner, but specifically the Devil Hunter. Now, each class has a subclass you can get, and actually it happens quite fast. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on one of the subclasses for each class so you can kind of see how they play. There's the Warrior over here, and they have like subclasses. One of them is like a Berserker. We have a Warlord. And here is another class. This one is going to be the Mage, but this is the subclass Arcana. And it basically revolves around cards. It actually is really flashy. Some of the abilities are really cool that it has. And I'll just play a few of them just so you guys can kind of get an idea of the other classes. This is actually one of the flashiest skills. But yeah, basically going to be bouncing around some AoE damage here. And then we have the Fighter over here. So it's like a pretty combo heavy base class. It just looks cool. Some of the abilities, again, very, very flashy. But keep in mind, each one has 3 different subclasses. I'm just briefly showing you guys so you guys kind of get an idea of how they play. This one is actually the Devil Hunter. Is actually one of my favorites. They're very, very flashy. I think it's the flashiest class. This and maybe Arcana and the Fighter are what I would consider the flashiest. But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll show you briefly the character creation over here. I'll do one male and one female. For starters, of course, do the female. All right, give you guys that fan service. As far as the game having a boob slider, unfortunately there is not one. But I'll go through a few of the characters just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what you can do in the game. So there is some makeup here that is similar to certain movies. Let me go ahead and get to it. It is under, yeah, if I can find it, Kappa. It's in one of these settings. You gotta click around. Also want to mention real quick, this game is only available right now in Korean, and it is currently in the beta phase. It's not a very easy game to actually get access to. I'll probably be making a video tutorial guide on how to actually connect, so if you want to see that, stay subscribed to the channel. I'll make a more in-depth one. There's a lot of websites that will have that as an option to showcase how to actually connect to the server, but it's a little vague. I think that they can do a much better job, and it needs to be, I think, more thorough. But like I said, here are some things from movies. We got the Harley Quinn and Queen Amidala. Pretty cool stuff indeed, but just wanted to briefly go over some of the options that you have as a character option here. Which is kind of cool. You can change, yeah, you got the bloodshot eyes.
With that 420 plate.
Anyways, yeah, this is just a brief little rundown on some of the. I'm gonna go to the pre-made ones just so you guys can get an idea of the variety that is available. But we're gonna go ahead, hop on the Gunner class because it is way cooler. All right, I actually played through the playthrough of like the story, because every class starts out in a different area and they have a different story, and some of them are definitely more boring than others. I will tell you right now that the Gunner is the most hype by far. So that's what we're going to be playing for me, showcasing off the game. Generally, I do like to play my female characters, but the Devil Hunter is too cool. But I'll go through a few of the presets here as far as the character customization goes, and then I'll go ahead and make one. I'm probably going to go with something like maybe like a Lineage 2 Dark Elf style. I do want to remove first off the
bloodshot eyes.
Well, I mean, the eyes are kind of cool. It reminds me of like a vampire. I got my translator here, by the way, so she'll help us translate if I need any help, because I do not understand any Korean at all. But oh, look, so you can give him that milk mustache. All right, pretty nice stuff. I like how like some of these eyes make a cool like vampire here, because we're gonna be playing it as a devil hunter.
Vampire with a headband.
Okay. Let's go check out the hairstyle.
Bald vampire.
All right. I don't know. This one looks pretty cool, but I think the long hair.
No.
No on the long hair. Oh, that's I definitely want it white. No. It's gotta be. I mean, everyone's gonna be naming their characters Dante, although we are playing on the Korean.
Are they actually gonna be naming their characters?
I don't know. Should I name my character Dante? So you have these options here to change highlights in the hair. Which some of them.
Oh, why is he metal? This guy's pretty metal too.
All right, so we can actually change the color of the eyes. I don't know. The red looks really cool here, but as far as the outside, I guess is this really? Oh, okay. This, I almost want to make it black. I think that actually looks really cool. We'll go ahead and go with this. Do it if it's not taken. If Dante is not taken, I guarantee Dante is taken. That's, I guess, this is age right here for the character slider here, and this is how shiny the skin is. For me, it makes it look more realistic if you have a little bit of it. But I think our character is looking pretty cool. But I do, however, want to change the tattoo on his face.
I don't know about I know about that Jesus cross in the middle of his face.
Yeah, I gotta say that's not something that I really like. All right, I'll probably go with nothing.
No,
this could look this in black. I think would be sweet.
Oh my god, that one in black.
Which one? This one? Oh, it's like, dude,
wait,
last minute Halloween costume. All right, no, okay, we're going with this. I think this looks pretty cool, alright? I'm not going to get too hungover on the character customization for the guy. If it was a girl, I would spend hours on it. Yo, this is like some Mass Effect armor here. Oh, dude, that's really cool. That looks straight up like Castlevania. But whatever you select here, it doesn't matter.
Is it just like so you can see what?
Yeah, it's just so you can see what like potentially their armors and stuff can look like. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time on the character customization.
Yeah, with that fur.
I like it. So we're gonna go ahead and
would you date him?
Oh my gosh. I can't even spell Twitch on here.
Slaydrabusiness.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start off our playthrough on the Gunner class. Like I said, you don't get to keep whatever you had, but I will showcase off the other classes later on. But anyways, yeah, this game, it does live up to the hype, but I do want to mention some of the questing is very generic. I'll talk over the cutscenes because they're Korean anyways, but you can still kind of understand some of the stuff due to the
I've been
video.
Experimenting on zombies.
Oh, thank you for the
I'm an old man.
Deckard Cain, everybody. No.
Yes, Deckard Cain came back to life, so now he has no legs.
Oh my gosh.
It's a robot Deckard Cain now. They inputted his brain into a robot. See? Deckard Cain gone wild.
Oh my gosh. Alright.
And that's the, what is it called?
The Eye of Sauron?
No, the
Lord
one,
of the Rings?
The one in like...
The Black Soulstone?
Yeah, the one that talks to you. It's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Alright, so first off, important things. There are microtransactions in this game. Apparently there's zero pay to win.
Magda got his legs
my
off.
Gosh. Okay, we're not talking about Diablo, Mordor, or anything in this game other than Lost Ark. It's an awesome game. As far as inventory goes, you can actually take that cowboy hat on and off. We're gonna go ahead and have it on. So we'll get a gun like right now. So we'll talk to this guy. He's gonna hook us up.
He said, "Hey man, nice meeting you here.
And then
here's a gun."
Yeah, we have to go ahead and pick up the gun. So some of the questing is very generic. It's like kill 5 of these, kill X of these, or it'll be something along the lines of go up to an object like this and hit a button. But go ahead, get rid of that. So as far as the controls go, you use, well, there's 2 different setups for control, but I'm using right click to move, and then you have QWER, and then for autos, it's C or you can left click. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue on here. It wants us to use the skill. After, oh, okay, we gotta talk to this guy after you open up the first one. And now we can progress. So he has like an orb that you can shoot that does damage, obviously, if it hits them. you have a lot more flashy moves. We'll be able to use them right now. So we can do that. You have also a dodge. Every character in this game has a dodge, which is actually kind of nice. But some abilities you can push again after activating them. Some of them you can hold. It all just kind of depends on what character that you have. If you see these double arrows, they have different things that you can do. You can also hit space to dodge is what it's explaining over here. You have potions. The blue is your mana. The red is your health. I haven't ran out of HP or mana at all. So I don't know exactly what happens when you die. Or if you run out of mana, obviously you can't use skills. It's self-explanatory. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these enemies after we dodge the little sensor, but we can get hit by it. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't make you get a mission failed. Oh, I want to also mention that if any of you guys are interested in downloading this, like I said before, I will make a tutorial video on it. There are several online, but a lot of them aren't very detailed, and I actually had a lot of issues with trying to connect. You actually need a VPN, you're going to need a KSSN. It's not the easiest of things, but I will tell you for sure this game, it lives up to the hype. But this class is just so awesome, and the intro stage for this class, 1000% the most hype. So we're gonna have to go up here, hit this button, and I'll show you guys the other classes, and show you guys the subclass area where you get to select your subclass. It just looks really cool. But I am also playing at 200 ping. Don't really feel like I lag too hard. I can still definitely play, but there are times where I will get hit by things that I really shouldn't. Just how it is. Yeah, good excuse, Kappa. There we go. So how items work in this game is you can just open your inventory, it'll tell you that it's an upgrade, and it'll tell you exactly what it does, whether it's more defense, more stats, that kind of stuff. Nothing too special. As far as the skills go in this game, I'll show you on my higher level character. It's only level 11. I was basically just trying to mess around and check out all the different classes and their stories and stuff. But as far as the skills go, you put skill points into them, and once you have enough skill points, you can actually change how the skill works, whether it's a different element or just the way it kind of interacts in the game. If you want to think of it like runes in Diablo 3, you can think of it kind of like that. So you guys will see some of these hitboxes.
Oh my.
No, okay, this is where this is 100% the 200 ping, alright?
That one hit you.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. None of these.
I don't know.
Okay, do you think that one should hit me?
Yeah.
Okay. I could dodge, but it's on a 10-second cooldown.
The box is just very big.
But yeah, the abilities will get way more hype, especially on this this class. So there's a little orb that you can shoot out too. But anyways, there are 4 classes in the game, and there are well, each one has so far. Yeah, there's technically 6, but the assassin is not out yet at the moment. We're gonna have to smash these little crates, and like I said, each class that you play has a completely different story, completely different. This one is by far the best, in my opinion at least. The Mage one, it Resident Sleeper all the way, dude. So we have, I think we actually might have to kill some of these. There we go. I would say this one actually might be the most difficult too. But they're not really like that difficult though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about actually like not being able to complete the tutorial. That'd be pretty sad.
How could you let Nagda cut my legs?
Oh my God. You're not even translating into this. You know you're not. Okay. But there are ultimate abilities, and they do look pretty cool. Although I'm not really sure what Devil Hunters is, because they just have guns that they can swap into, but trust me, it's awesome. Alright, if you've played Devil May Cry, the amount of times you can swap weapons, and the speed at which you can swap into them. I don't really feel like auto attacks are even worth it, although the animation is cool, so we'll do it anyways. Right now. There we go, and we got a level up. So you'll see we still don't have skill points, but that's going to be for later. But it's telling us in our inventory we have new upgrades. So bam, there we go, new stuff. It's telling us we can use healing potion. But they're pretty generous with the amount of potions, at least in the very beginning. As far as like the microtransactions, I don't feel like that they are really intrusive, at least as of right now. So we gotta go back over here actually. And even though I don't understand anything, it's pretty simple. What's that?
I explained everything.
Oh yeah. But as far as like knowing where to go for anyone that's afraid of downloading a game and playing it in a different language, I've been used to this. I've downloaded lots of games like Soul of Ultimate Nation. Like, that was a long time ago. But I've played a lot of games, and like this one is definitely pretty friendly. The game is really popular right now, and there are people that are working on an English patch. And someone said they're going to release one tomorrow, and I'll update you guys and make a video specifically on going over that. And I will also be making a video. Oh my gosh, no, we don't need translation. We don't need. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, I will also be making a video specifically going over what the classes do and like how every one of the secondary subclasses. I'll give you guys gameplay of that very soon. So if you want to see more content on this game, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be uploading stuff quite frequently because I've honestly been so incredibly hyped for this game. It's just so awesome. Especially after the Diablo announcement, so many Diablo like content creators are just checking out this game right now, and it's just like perfect timing, man. I don't think we're gonna be able to knock him up, but I think it's about to. Grenade over here. You'll see over in the top middle, he's got HP, and the ×5 means that has ×5 bars. Pretty self-explanatory, but you know, some people just might have came from like another game, and they might be wondering what is that? Because some games like they have armor that you actually have to destroy before you can actually do damage. It's different. Dodge that. But this game is just so cool. Wait till you see the Devil Hunter when we pick our secondary. But I'll give you the guys the cutscenes too.
You killed Cain. Uncle Deckard. See, now it's absorbing.
Actually, there is straight up a character that looks like Magna in the game, but not that it really matters.
This energy, it's too strong. Try harder, Leah.
Sorry, my translator is out of order.
And now you become Leah. Or like, what happened? Oh, you trapped the soul stone. Diablo's captured. No, game's over, guys. Boys, game's over. We got Diablo. It's all good.
I was thinking actually about doing a playthrough of each class, but honestly, like the gunner is just so much better. No, it really is. Like,
not the soul stone is secured. Over.
Right. So this is a very important screen. After you complete like the little intro stage, it'll ask if you want to do more backstory, and you will level up, or you can go immediately get level 10 and get your secondary class. Pick whatever you want. For the sake of the video, I'm picking this because I also find it to be more entertaining. But I'll also show you guys some of the other classes and tell you guys a little bit more about the game. But anyways, like I mentioned before, the game is not easy to install. You have to do a few extra things. You need a VPN, you need a Korean SSID, but I really want to say it's worth it, especially for any of you guys looking for something new. The game definitely feels next gen. But in addition to that, I don't really feel like there's a hot ARPG at the moment until next week when Path of Exile gets its content.
What about Diablo Immortal?
Well, first off, we don't even have a release date on that. All right, I feel like anytime I don't want the comments in the video to talk about Diablo Immortal. I want to focus on Lost Ark. All right.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, Lord Drave? You've been keeping tabs. You're jelly. Oh. Like I said, I will be making a tutorial video guide on this. There are a few guides on Reddit, but again, I will want to emphasize that they're not thorough enough. It just says, do this, and if you have errors, which I got a lot of errors on, I'll definitely screenshot and share the errors that I had with you guys. This is all gameplay, by the way. I'm actually moving. It's not a cutscene. And this game looks phenomenal. The gameplay is great, especially for 200 ping. If I play this game at like, 50 ping, it'll feel great. But yeah, we're picking our secondary or secondary, or I guess ascended class, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, this is where you meet Tyrael.
Oh, this is not Tyrael. Oh my gosh, this is not Diablo.
2018, it's Tyrael.
Yeah, Tyrael has changed genders.
And race.
Race. Oh gosh. Okay, hold up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the book. Alright, so you can select the Hunter, there's the Blaster, and the Devil Hunter. The Devil Hunter is the coolest, so I'm going to check that out last because I don't want your expectations to... Your expectations will be just disappointed after I go through all of them, at least in my opinion. They showcase off some of the skills here, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit select so you guys can play it. It gives you a little preview. So they can summon a little bird. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in some enemies so we can check out the gameplay of this. So here's some of the abilities. The dodge changes. There's the cooldowns that change depending on what you're playing. I'm going to launch them up in the air. Some abilities you'll hold down, they'll have a charge up. And you'll see that there's this little meter building in the center, the bottom center. And that will eventually be able to summon a bird. It has two abilities that we can use. We have an ability for him to come in. And then we also have another ability for him to explode on them. There we go.
Did you sacrifice your bird?
Yes, I think we went through all the skills, but I'm just gonna rotate through them one more time real quick, just in case I missed out on any. There is the Hunter class. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and swap over to the Blaster. This is a two-handed gun. It's a little bit slower, but it's got like an ultimate cannon. We got a good. Well, have a good one, Draven. All right, let's go ahead and spawn some more monsters. Enjoy your work, homie. But here's one ability. This one, it is definitely slower. And it just feels like it's, well, I mean, it's a Blaster class. It's like two-handed. It's probably supposed to feel like a little heavy. That one we missed, but it's fine. It's on a very short cooldown. There's also one to have a flamethrower. You can't actually turn around with this one, but you can kind of move. I kind of got body blocked there, but... I want to say we've pretty much rotated into all the skills. We're going to go ahead and activate his, like, cannon here. So you can now see, I mean, if there was enemies there, they would die. Not a big deal. You can't move around in it, though. It's a stationary class, so yeah. Oh, I mean, this is a stationary form. I still have this ability. But yeah, pretty long cooldowns. You still have your, of course, your left click to just auto, but that is like his ability that charges up. So that's kind of cool. But now we're getting into what I really like, which is, of course, the Devil Demon Hunter. Whatever there's different sites that have different like wordings on it because of translation. But this is mine, man. All right, let's go. So with this one, like in Devil May Cry, you have several different guns that you can just swap and do it, and look how fast that is. All right, animation canceling. What's up? All right, this is where we will have some fun. So this is the dual pistols right now. I'm gonna spawn some enemies. So some of these abilities you've seen before, but There's that one. This is one of the coolest ones right here. And then this is one of my favorites. If you end your ability, right, in that little square, it'll throw grenades. There's that ability you guys already saw. Some of the abilities are kind of, I would say, like a base class, and then you have like your other ones. Go ahead and swap guns over here. And I'll get more skills later on, but these are just what they have as far as like showcasing them off here. There's also like a, swap to the shotguns. Then you have like a longer rifle. Let me spawn some more enemies here. There's that one that it was shown off in the video. So what's really cool is you have all these like different guns, right? And you can just use all of these abilities, right? Let's just use all of them. This one you have to kind of time. And then you just swap to your other gun, and you can go through all those abilities. This one, if you're someone that needs to push buttons, you need a fidget spinner while you're doing things, I feel like this class is just going to be the most enjoyable. Plus, it just looks awesome, like the armor and stuff. Really cool stuff. And I just love how fast it is. Like, they don't have a cooldown. To me, that's a huge deal. This is a class that I will be primarily playing. I'm just going to go ahead and hit accept, and it's going to be like, go over here. You won't have all the skills, but it's basically showcasing all of them off. Of course, we're going with the Devil or Demon Hunter. And let's go. Like I said, I did want to show you guys the other classes and give you just kind of a brief little introduction. It's pretty cool. It just looks so awesome. But this is probably the class that I'll be primarily playing, and I'll give you guys endgame content of some of the other classes, but this is probably going to be the one I'm going to try to implement in first. I'm just going to go ahead and accept the quest, complete it, get to the next area, and then I'm going to go ahead and swap to another character so you guys can kind of see how some of the classes play. Dang, we're already at 27 minutes here. But the questing in this game, I will admit, it's very generic. It's like, go over here, kill 5 of these. Go over here, press a button. It's very traditional, like, for a long period of time, every game wanted to be the WoW killer, right? And a lot of the questing was very, very similar in all of their games. And a lot of the Eastern market games were kind of catered towards that kind of, I guess, play style. I didn't particularly like it, but now that you guys have seen this, there are skills up to 40, as far as I'm aware of. And like I said, each one of these skills you can put skill points into, and you can actually change how some of them work. What each one of them do, I don't know. But this one requires 4 points. Some of them might require more, I don't know. But as far as I'm aware, most of the ones that I've seen require you to put 4 points into something, and then you get to do something, whether it's cooldown reduction, extra chance for certain things to proc. This is where your customization comes in. And there's also different, like, I guess, levels of them. The Diablo Killer. But there's a lot more content to this game. It's not just like a generic game. I just want to get that out of the way. But again, I find this class to be just absolutely a blast. Literally, no pun intended. But I want to go ahead, like I said, show you guys the other characters. As far as the options go in the game, I guess I can show you this. It's like windowed full screen. This is the resolution. A lot of stuff is pretty simple, and then there's also UI. Another thing I want to mention, just in case any of you guys play this game, my UI is also scaled to be a little bit larger, just in case you guys wanted to do that as well. There's an option to do that. It is a little bit smaller, and I feel like visually it just is better, especially if people are watching me stream the game or just watching YouTube videos. It's just easier to see. But anyways, let's go ahead and change character, or change classes more so you guys can kind of get an idea of the other classes' playstyles, as well as kind of how they look and stuff like that. Keep in mind, I'm also playing 200 ping, so if we get disconnected at any point, we're also using a VPN, because you do need that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the fighter class, and we'll make our way over. Well, I'm going to go into the Mage with the subclass, the Arcana, which is the card one. That's one that I think looks cool. There's also daily login rewards and stuff, but let me show you some of the skills. And actually, this one, since I have it leveled up a little bit, I have this skill over here, and I've selected Lightning. You can actually change what you want. You can also reset. It does cost gold. I'm not going to do that, but that is something that is available as an option. Let's go ahead and kill some of these monsters here. So let me go and show you some of the combos. that one's gonna just die in the air. But this one is also a very flashy one, like I said before. I value flashy things in games when it comes down to doing abilities and stuff. And this one, actually, since I have this on too, I can use this, and it's just gonna do damage. It's just kind of almost like another ability, if you will. But this is one of my favorite looking skills. It's just very flashy. And another thing that I really like with this, at any point you can break your animation of pretty much anything, with the exception of perhaps being in the air into a dodge. This is my auto attack here. Auto attack doesn't do very much damage, but maybe actually try to break the animation in the air. I'm actually unsure about that. No, yeah, you could almost break it. It seems like it ends a little early. But I really like this class because it has a lot of dodges, but the Demon Hunter has so many abilities that just give you momentum, push you forward, that I just value that one much higher. And in between all the autos, I'm trying to do an auto attack. It just works well with this class. But yeah, I'll show you my, I guess, my inventory. You can see kind of some of the stuff in the game. Generally, it's just like better stats. I haven't gotten anything that like interacts with a certain specific skill early, but I'll let you guys know. And if you're new to the channel and want to see that, just subscribe and I'll update you guys on this. There's actually a really good site that has a PDF, and I'll link that down below in the description box. So is the pinned comment, so you guys can kind of check that out if you guys are interested in actually knowing what certain things do in the game. There's in-game currency, which is like your silver, and there is also cash currency. Which one is it? It's one of these buttons. Sorry, I don't remember which one. Okay, here it is. So you guys can see some of the stuff that you can purchase. Apparently, you can still get some of the in-game cash currency by just playing the game. As far as what's in here, there is apparently a mount that's in there. There's obviously certain things that you can unlock. I wish there was a preview. I guess you can mouse over it and it kind of shows you, but I would prefer to have a preview option. I believe this is something that has to do with reviving. It's in a lot of the games that are like Eastern. But anyways, let's go ahead and swap to another class, just so you guys can get an idea of maybe perhaps what you want to play. But I'll be uploading a video very soon showcasing off what each one of the subclasses does, because each class has 3 different subclasses, and I'll show you what those do. So next up, let's go ahead, hop on to the Arcana. And then we'll hop into the warrior that's named Why Is He Metal? Because,
why is he metal?
but that is the warrior class. I don't know if I selected Berserker or what I selected. But anyways, this is the other class here. You can kind of see the mini-map. I might do a couple quests here just so you guys get an idea of what is in store for some of the quests. A lot of it, again, is go over here, kill 5 of these. But it doesn't feel that bad compared to other games because the combat is so dang good. But yeah, here's my Arcanist. If you want to see a better picture or a view. But we're going to go ahead and go over here. It's going to start a cutscene. This one, unfortunately, does not let you skip it. You can skip some of the cutscenes in the game. Some of them, I guess, are too important and they are required. But it's fine. It's just, there's going to be people that ambush congratulating this guy.
Spoiler alert.
But you still can't skip it. I'm pretty sure if you
I didn't
can't...
know that was going to happen. You ruined it.
But as far as how smooth the game feels, it honestly feels very, 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 very smooth. Like, again, even for 200 ping, this is like insane how the game feels. But yeah, let's go ahead, pop our skills. Alright, there we go. And then we gotta talk to him after we kill, I think, 24. Then we gotta talk to him. And then from here, I want to say we just continue on. We can actually get on this. This is kind of cool. Let's jump on this. I want to show you guys kind of like the unique things with this action RPG. There's a lot of these sequences that seem a little bit more next gen. Some of them you can kind of play with. Some of them are kind of just you sit back and watch cool things happen here. It's a bumpy ride. Yes, indeed. But it's just things that are seen as different. Like you can, I don't know if you guys saw that, but my cam might have been blocking it, but there was an enemy in the bottom left and he was kind of scouting it out. Yeah, you guys can see that one right there. But you see right now we're getting ambushed once again. And, no, I mean like this kind of stuff is really cool though. Like this is all actual gameplay, right? I remember in Diablo Immortal they showed you like going down like the rope. I thought that was kind of cool. It doesn't really add too much. Other than visually, it kind of looks cool. But I think for this, as a cutscene, it's cool looking. It really is. It reminds me of like epic moments in like Uncharted and stuff. You can pick this guy up. There's actually a sequence where sometimes again there'll be like ping issues, where like the character will still walk while you're doing the animation. I want to say that's due to ping, but it could be just because the game's in beta. I've had a few times where the character will walk in the cutscene like. I want to say that should be the ping issue. But yeah, let's go ahead and pop some of these kills. So yeah, some skills you'll be able to hold, and they'll be like channelable. We're about to be able to get our like ultimate here pretty soon. So we can actually hit 2 different buttons, or hit Z. Kill all these guys. And we're gonna talk to this guy again. The main story I would say is more interesting. A lot of the subquests, if we end up getting to them, I'm just gonna not do all the subquests, but I just wanted to mention, I don't think I need to show you guys killing 5 wolves or killing 5 X or whatever. Just want to show you guys gameplay of every single one. This one we can skip. It's going to basically show you the town, and then the quest is go talk to this person, to go talk to this person, to go talk to this person. I'm sure a lot of you guys have played MMOs that are like this, so I'm not going to sit there with the mundane, boring stuff, but that's what's up next that I have for this character. But I want to show you guys the last like main class that we have not showed off here, which is the warrior. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap characters. Then the reason why we named him Why Is He Metal is because the default skin was just like steel colored. My translator was like, "Why is he metal?" I'm like, "The perfect name." Let's just go for it. So yeah, some of the cutscenes you can't skip. I guess we can't skip this one. Oh, you know what? We're actually...
Tyrael. Why would you ever want to skip Tyrael?
So I guess it saved right at the point where we're selecting our class because I did not exit. So this is actually perfect because you're going to be able to see the subclasses for the warrior, which are going to be the berserker, the destroyer, and the warlord. I think the berserker is the coolest. But I think the warlord is more of a tank role. The destroyer definitely seems like he has a lot of stuns, but there is a little bit of wind up on some of his ability, but you'll be able to see all of them, so that's pretty perfect. But anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, I want to know what you guys think of the game so far. Honestly, I feel like this game definitely lived up to the hype. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with is, so far at least on the questing, there are dungeons, there's a lot of cool stuff, but the generic questing of kill 5 of these, I know it sounds bad, but when you play the game, because the combat is so good, it doesn't feel as bad, if you guys get what I'm saying. I wish they added a little bit more variety. I can't skip this, but I feel like they really could have done a better job in that aspect, but not going to complain too much. Apparently the game is going to be free as well. It doesn't have a scheduled NA release, but most people will be playing this on the Korean server anyways. But like I gotta mention again, I will be making a video tutorial on that, so subscribe to the channel if you are looking for a video tutorial guide that is much more simple. Because when I followed several different guides, and sometimes people are like, dude, it's not that hard, but there are error issues that you get while trying to do certain things. Perhaps maybe because there are more people, there's just new errors. But anyways, the first one over here that we're going to be checking out is the Destroyer. We're going to go ahead and check him out. I'll just kind of show you guys some of his skills. Actually, you know what? Spawning some enemies, that makes way more sense, right? So we're spawning some enemies here. So there's this. I'll go through all of the abilities once. Some of the abilities when you build this up, you get a little circle, and certain things will do more damage, have a certain modifier to it. But yeah, this guy, he definitely can stun, but he's got lots of wind up. Let's go ahead and swap over to the Warlord here. So this is like a class that if you want to be the tank, I would say this is probably your go-to guy here. But if anyone wants to correct me on any of the terminology in this game, since I don't speak Korean or I don't know anything, other than I feel like this game is awesome, feel free to do so in the comment section below. But you have this ability to pull them all in. Go for that shot. And then you have one ability to come down, land, do a bunch of damage. The other ability just grants a shield. It actually just shows the icon. It's just, I'm not sure if it's 50% damage reduction, but it says 50%. So we'd have to build it up, but it's not really too extreme that I need to show you. This is a class I think is really cool. This is the Zerker, or Berserker. You actually can build up this meter, and I will show you guys what it does. So if you end it at the right time, he'll do something. It's kind of like the Gunner class. So it's a lot more reactive, more button pushing. But if you want button pushing, here we got like Whirlwind. If you want more button pushing, Devil Hunter for sure. The abilities look so dang cool. Let's go ahead and pop the ultimate. The ultimate ability is really cool. Fortunately, there's not enough enemies here. I can spawn more. But you can see how long it lasts. We got duration. Under the Z, there's like that little red. And I'm pretty sure this empowers every one of your abilities. Really cool. Oh, I didn't hold that one down. That one requires you to hold it down. But we'll go ahead and put out this wave over here. Alright, so that is the Berserker. But anyways, that's going to be it for the first video that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to cover a few more videos on this game later this week, so if you would like to see that, be sure to say subscribe, and I'll be uploading that very soon. But I'd love to know also in the comment section below how you guys feel about this game, because I want to get some feedback from you guys. I know some of you guys followed me for Overwatch, Call of Duty, or other games, but I know that this game is got so much hype right now behind it, and it honestly is a game that I was looking forward to. So let me know how you feel about the game. Let me know your thoughts on the game. And anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm signing out.